Good afternoon. Welcome on in to another episode of From Day One. The courts are all locked and loaded. So let's start with eating a Costco-sized cheese with all that wine in court.
Former Minneapolis police officer.
Oh, yes.
Because I let everybody in.
I can't tell that from this.
Yeah, I understand.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Nikita Franklin. I apologize.
Thank you, sir. You were watching me on Zoom, I take it.
No, I logged into the Zoom meeting and then I just got a call.
Okay.
And then it just logged me out. I apologize too, ma'am.
Ypsilanti Township versus Nikita Franklin, case number 20T00682. I think one of the main concerns I have right now is that he was ordered to contact probation, and he still has not done that.
That's what I noticed, Your Honor.
I apologize, ma'am. I'm on tether on house arrest, and I was never told or referred to do anything. I haven't left my house, my vicinity or anything. I'm supposed to move out of this home tomorrow, and it's I don't know who to call or contact.
Ghostbusters?
So I can try to update my address. Ma'am, it's so hard for me. I'm trying to comply, and I'm not trying to give up an excuse or anything, ma'am. It's so hard.
Except I'm giving an excuse, ma'am.
Right now, it's hard for me to understand without trying to make an excuse, because I'm not trying to make an excuse.
But I'm trying to make an excuse,
It's so
ma'am.
hard for me right now, ma'am. I really apologize.
No, you don't.
There's so much going on for me, being in my home.
Lying my ass off.
I'm on house arrest. I apologize. And that's not even an excuse.
Yes, it is.
I really apologize.
You're claiming it to be an excuse.
Mr. Franklin, when you were before the magistrate on May 10th, he told you at that time that you need to contact probation.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. I'm dealing with a couple different courts. I'm in cases, and it's I'm being told so much information, ma'am. It's I have a court date every week, and I'm not forgetful. I was in a car accident, and I hit my head that kind of, I'm not trying to make a justification or nothing, man, but I caught an OWI, and I hit my head pretty hard. I have a scar on my head. I had stitches, and I tend to forget things. I really apologize, ma'am. I really do. And I'm going through a court date every week, once a week, twice a week, and they're telling me so much stuff. And they're giving me these Zoom links. Sometimes I get the Zoom link, it's the wrong link. I'm not trying to make an excuse, ma'am. I'm really not.
Mr. Franklin?
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't catch a case.
I didn't.
It's not how this way works. It bothers me when people say I caught a case. No, you did something, and then you are being charged with it. It's not catching a case.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not something that just flies through the air. That's not how this works.
Yes,
Really,
ma'am.
secondly, sir, the whole scenario that you're telling me right now is something that you created.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
So you need to contact probation today.
Tomorrow?
Within 24 hours.
A week?
Adjourn this case. You need to contact them immediately. I don't know how much clearer to be, and if you can't remember it, then you need to write it down. But you need to contact them within 24 hours. If you have not done that by the time you come back here next time, I'm revoking your bond.
Aww.
Okay, ma'am.
You revoked the bond, Your Honor.
Goldstein, it appears that it's on July 19th that the hearing is in the other case. And so I will move this I'll put this on for July 20th. So we'll see what happens at that time, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. At 9 o'clock, Your Honor?
Since it's a hearing, let's do it at 10:30, actually.
Yeah, that's good, Your Honor.
Thank you.
July 20th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. Mr. Franklin, my Zoom information is the same each and every time, okay? So it does not change.
Okay, man.
We'll be here on July 20th at 10:30, okay?
Okay, man.
Or else.
Yeah.
We'll call the case of the State of Michigan versus Christy Floyd, case number 21S00189. All right, Ms. Floyd, please state your name for the record.
Ms. Floyd.
I apologize. Christy Floyd.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, you're before the court today for a violation of probation. We were just here on April the 14th, at which time you pled guilty to a violation, which included testing positive for THC and cocaine, and then I sentenced you to go into transitional housing and accept the first available opening there.
Okay.
And then after that, you admitted to use of alcohol for the past several days and declined to go into transitional housing. You're entitled to have a hearing, at which time, if it is found that you are guilty of the violation, you could be subjected to the balance of the remainder of your jail time, which I know you know because that's what you indicated you prefer to do. A bench warrant was issued, and Mr. Bannis, what would your client like to do?
Your Honor, she's not requesting a hearing. She would like to be sentenced to the balance of time served. I believe she has credit for 135 days.
Thank you. Ma'am, will you please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you swear affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear. Yes.
So, ma'am, you're given up a right to have a hearing on this case regarding the violation. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you want to admit to the violation today?
I do admit.
All right.
Yes.
You were drinking?
Yes, because after I had spoken to you, I was trying to reach back out to Miss James and trying to get through to you. I finally spoke to Ted, and he explained to me that it was true that you said I only needed the 40 days, and I could be complete and off tether and done with probation. And with everything that I have going on right now with me in my life, I'm trying to leave Washtenaw County, period. I have other family outside the state that I need to get with and away from here, period. Being here, getting help, and getting treatment is not going to lead anywhere. I am 44. I have grandchildren. I have chosen to do this because I need to move on. I'm at the age where I don't need to be here.
Okay, ma'am. All right. And I think you kind of included this in what you were saying. So because you don't feel like you need to be here and you don't need treatment here, you don't think it's going to work, you're refusing to go into transitional housing. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Thank you. All right. I accept that there's a valid basis for a violation. Mr. Burdell, you satisfied? Mr. Burdell, are you satisfied that there's a valid basis for the violation?
I am satisfied, Judge.
All right. Thank you. All right. As to sentencing, is there anything you'd like to say, Mr. Bannis?
Nothing additional, just except we're asking that you sentence her to the 180 days with credit for 135 days with no additional conditions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything from the people?
Judge, I'd rather see her get some treatment than do straight jail time. But if she just wants to do jail, that's her decision.
It is. I think the prosecutor said what I'm saying, but you know, on the other hand, Ms. Floyd knows her situation to some degree better than we do. I think she knows she needs treatment. She just doesn't think it's going to make a difference given her environment here. I can respect that. So, Ms. Floyd,
Yes.
I'm going to sentence you to the 180 days in a Washtenaw County jail. I'm going to give you credit for the 135 days served. And if defendant chooses, she can be released to treatment. So that's on you.
It's not that I'm refusing treatment. It's that I don't have any income, period, and I am homeless. I have reached out to every possible option that I've had since I have been out, and nothing has turned up. Nothing. I went through the shelter. I went through Safe House. I've been through every possible avenue, and there's no help in Washtenaw County for somebody like me. There's not. Because of my mental state, when I went to Home and New Vision, they put me out. I ended up back in the hospital, and that was when I first got out. is that they said they couldn't keep me in that type of program because of my mental state.
Right.
So
what I'll do though is I'll give you the time, like I said, and then what I'll do is say that you can get evaluated by CMH if you so choose, and see if maybe there's a different option. And if not, there isn't. Okay? But I'll give you that opportunity because we'd like for you to get the treatment. Okay, Ms. Floyd?
thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Can you give me an out date?
I can't. I don't calculate that. That's up to the jail. They will give you that though. Once they get the disposition from the court, they'll give you your out date. And then you can make your choice after they give you that out date. I can tell you that you got credit for 135 days, and then you're going to get a certain number of days credit for every month. So it'll be less than 40. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, Judge.
For the record, Judge, if she wants to be released early for treatment, if she does choose to go to like dog farm or something, I would have no objection to that.
All right. Thank you.
Smart guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Good luck.
Alrighty. So we'll continue the courtness with rent-to-own debt maybe not being handled in the best way and really ticking off a judge. As we go down to El Paso.
91, the National Council, Sean Butts. Very well, Mr. Butts, you are here participating. Do you see and recognize your attorney on the screen, Mr. Butts?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Nevada, do you see and recognize your client on the screen as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Let the record reflect that both have identified each other.
Yes.
Okay. What's the offer in this case?
Your Honor, I don't think we have a wreck yet. I do think that there are several significant problems with the case. What it is it's a rent-to-own circumstance where they're alleging theft. The first contract that he enters into is in April of 2014. The last contract.
We're going to dismiss the case. We did get proof of the payment from the debt collector that collected.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
Just, that's where we're at. I just have to submit it. I did look through my emails. We did get proof of the restitution. Basically, they were paid. So we're good on that.
Good.
There you go. You got a dismissal. Those are few and far between, Mr. Nevada. Mr. Butts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please check. Mr. Nunez, did he pay that he was wrongfully arrested?
Your Honor.
Myself in. Well, right. I think the court's on to something there. Because I think that he made right on all this stuff before the case was even indicted.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
The report happened, I think, back in 2014, and I think he paid shortly after that, and then the case was indicted at Halloween last year.
That's all right. That's
And
all
then
right.
the court would also might like to know that so the company that entered into the agreement with my client, they sold this paper. They sold the debt to a third-party debt collector immediately, so they got paid on all this stuff immediately, and they didn't really even have a claim.
He got paid twice. They got paid twice.
Well, they got their stuff back, but they also didn't own the debt. So they entered into the agreement, and then they sold the paper.
And this is what I have to tell you, Mr. Nunez. It makes me very angry. First of all, I like Mr. Butts. I have a history with Mr. Butts. And Mr. Butts has been saying time and time and time.
Really, Your Honor? Do we have to keep saying Butts?
I paid. And guess what he did? That's why these companies...
I guess we're getting Judge Rangel wild up.
...pursue their action in civil court, not in a criminal court, where people get arrested and lives are impacted to the extent that they go to jail. That's why I do not like prosecuting civil sorts of crimes. But they should be in a civil court. That makes me very unhappy.
They have an arbitration clause in their agreement as well that all disputes arising out of the agreement would be arbitrated.
I think you need to sue this company too.
Probably not a bad idea.
No, it isn't. To teach them, they need to stay in their lane. If it's a civil matter, then go to civil. Go to a JP. Go go to the county court.
JP, by the way, justice to the peace, folks.
And impact somebody's life when it's basically a civil matter.
Amen, Miss Redhead.
And I
Sorry,
like
Judge
Mr.
Redhead.
Butt. Mr. Butt should have, look, I like all my probationers that do what I've asked them to do and are very respectful to me. And Mr. Butts kept saying, I paid. Okay, Mr. Butts, okay, you got a good attorney, I kept telling him. Attorney. You're going to have to prove it because unfortunately you got arrested on this one. Mr. Butts, where are you? Talk to me.
I'm here. Can you see me?
Okay. Mr. Butts, well, at least you're vindicated.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Sounds like El Paso's Zoom is having a little bit of trouble. We'll stay with those as we can.
You walked into my courtroom distraught that day, issues with your wife. I remember all of that. And
Sure.
you were treated this way, and it impacted your life in a way that it should have been taken care of civilly rather than criminally. On behalf of the criminal justice system, I apologize to you. I apologize.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I am appalled by
One thing about Miss Judge Redhead, she is so wholly sincere and compassionate about anything that she actually says.
I am truly sorry, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The entire legal system, sir. I think you were treated.
And deal with your court, Your Honor. Thank you, though.
Well, I know you can't accept gifts, Miss Redhead, or I'd send you some coffee and donuts.
God bless you. How's your wife doing?
She's good.
Good. You give her my best, will you?
Thank you.
And I want you to come by and visit. Are you on probation with us in one case, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And my wife has a weak immune system, so I'm really careful.
Okay, no. You stay home.
Yeah. I'm on the 6th of July to the 19th.
No. Yes, I understand.
Everybody be careful, please.
I'm sorry?
I said my mother died on July 16th from COVID-19, so everyone please be careful and take this serious.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
My mother and father both were in the hospital. My father recovered, but
That's pretty sobering reminder about life, continuing after the fact that he was charged with a rent-to-own debt that he had already paid, and it was turned into a criminal matter that he was arrested for.
my mother didn't make it. She died on the 16th of July. So please take it serious.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Mr. Buck, I'm so sorry. And your voice is heard loudly and clear. And I
Definitely it is here, Mr. Buds. As Miss Redhill would say, we do as well here.
Secret bars, out there partying in swimming pools and barbecues and quinceañeras and all of that. They need to listen to you, Mr. Buds. I am truly sorry. Were your mama and daddy living here in El Paso, Mr. Buds?
I'm from North Carolina. That's where they're from.
I am so sorry for your loss. So very sorry. If people took this thing seriously much sooner, we wouldn't be in the position we're in today.
Correct, Miss Redhill.
But you're a good guy. You've always been a good guy. You know, I liked you from day one, and I had so much compassion. I had even more. So now,
thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. Thank you to everybody in the court. Thank you.
but you've always done what I've asked you to do, and you've been so respectful. So,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're a good guy.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're a good judge.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Take
She
care.
always likes a little buttering up.
Wife, my best to her.
I will, Your Honor.
Bye-bye. You did a great job on it. Thank you. Great.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe excuse.
Do I have to dismiss him? Or you'll send it to me? Mr. Nunez?
I'll send it to you, Your Honor. I do have it written down here, down on my notes.
Okay, and I want you to tell the complaining witness the judge was very angry and upset, and they need to stay in civil court
Sure.
for all that's worth.
Thank you, Miss Judge Redhill.
This is Attorney Mike.
Shh, Mike. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
This is Attorney Mike.
Welcome to Taco John's, Greg.
Honey barbecue fried chicken tacos.
Nobody cares about country fried tacos.
I've actually got a couple points of clarification for the judge.
Oh boy.
All right, yeah, let's go with this guy real quick. Moron who wants to get himself into utter contempt.
I mean, I have every intention on pleading guilty today. It's just I've got a couple points of clarification for the judge.
Yes, Mike, I agree.
Here's my deal. Okay, you can do that. You go over and plead guilty to the basic rules over in courtroom 3.
All right.
Grab a pen, take it with you.
I've got a couple unsigned pleas of guilty there.
Okay, they're gonna require that.
Okay, I don't see him. He might be the same guy from Sovereign Citizens in Court number 19, which was a good video, but I can't see his face, so I can't verify.
So go ahead and take it. You need to take it, read it, go to
I'm really going more by the tactic, and I've heard it before, but this guy was very adamant in the same way that I just can't wait to plead guilty, but I need some clarification first. That was his whole
I need
shtick,
to board
and
and
here we are
have
again.
some clarification, Your Honor. Because I'm an idiot. You know, idiot. I love being an idiot, Your Honor. Oh, hold on, I can get another question.
I see that. And I'm yeah. David Jones.
Well, how are you?
So, do you have a waiver of rights form?
Yeah, they gave me one over there. I've also got a couple of unsigned pleas of guilty with me too.
So, why don't we do this? Why don't you take the waiver and a pen? Read it and sign it unless you've already done so.
I mean, I have every intention on pleading guilty today. I just have a couple clarifications I need cleared up.
So one moment. Everybody has to have a waiver of rights form. Todos tienen que tener una hoja de renuncio de derechos. Yes? If you don't have one, my clerk has one. You don't come up here without signing, reading it and signing. Okay. All right. Go ahead, sir. I'm all you.
Okay, do I have the right to a fair and meaningful hearing here today?
So, sir, today is your arraignment, and you have been charged with the offense of following too closely. That's it. It's my understanding you spoke to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor has agreed to reduce your charge to a basic rules violation for a fine. Are you willing to accept that today or not?
Like I just said, I have every intention on doing that. I just had a couple clarifications. The first one being, do I have the right to a fair and meaningful hearing here today?
Of course. I mean, this is a court of law. I have to treat everybody equal. But the question to you is, if you're not going to take a plea, then I have to reset you to another date if you want to try. So those are your two options.
Well, like I just said, I have every intention on pleading guilty.
Okay.
So that was a yes. I do have the right to a fair and meaningful hearing here today.
Of course, everybody does.
All right. Do I have the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges and proceedings against me?
I'm sorry?
Do I have the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the
No.
charges?
I just did that, sir. It's an arraignment.
Yeah. So, just telling me what the charges are and what the prosecutor wants to make a deal with me, that's informing me of the cause and nature?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
We'll say yes.
I'm sure you got a ticket. I'm sure it's been explained to you, and then a plea offer was made.
I still have a couple more clarifications.
Why don't you sit down, sir, have a seat, and then I'll take you up in just a few moments, okay?
And you just said that I had a right to a fair and meaningful hearing. How is this meaningful if you're telling me to sit back down?
Because you're an idiot.
I need you to sit back down, sir, please, and I'll be with you in just a few seconds.
Oh, it's meaningful. It's just not convenient, and that's on purpose. And there's nothing wrong with it. By the way, this I just got the link that was sent to me on Twitter, and it seems to be a very small channel. That might be this guy's channel. I don't know, but it seems to be pro soft sit. That's the tenor of it.
All right, finally, Mr. Jones, come on up.
So you start asking dumb questions, obviously not trying to progress anywhere, and all you do is get told to take a seat and eat 30 minutes. Then we're back to the same place. You haven't progressed anywhere.
Yep. And now try again.
All right, now let's see. You do have your waiver of rights form. If I may please take that from you. You read and signed it?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, so I'm not going to have any further conversations with you unless you tell me, yes, I'm going to go ahead and resolve my case today, or no, I'm going to go ahead and take my case to trial. Sir, I let you sit in the back of the courtroom so that you can understand that I treat everybody fairly and with respect. I do not have to answer any questions from you, and you do not have to make an inquiry as to how do I do my job. So, sir, I'm going to ask you one last time. Are we going to resolve your case, or are we going to have a trial?
Ma'am, earlier you admitted that I have the right to a fair and meaningful hearing and that I have the right to be informed of the cause of nature of the charges proceedings against me. I'm not yet fully informed.
I did that, sir.
I'm not stupid.
Following you closely, you and the prosecutor have talked. He's agreed to amend that charge, a basic rules violation, with a $250 fine. I have no further duties to you other than to tell you what you're charged with, sir. At this point, I'm going to ask you one last time. Sir,
Sir,
am I taking
are you an idiot?
Or are we having a trial?
Or are you an
I
idiot?
still have some clarifications.
I do not have to answer any of your questions, nor do you have to make a query on how I do my job. So, sir, one last time. Am I taking a plea, or do you want a trial?
Objection, point of clarification.
No.
Are we taking your case for a trial? Pardon? Of course, go ahead.
Can I beat the shit out of him, Your Honor? Because this guy's an idiot.
I told them I had every intention of pleading guilty here today, paying my fine.
This poor attorney is taking his time out and really trying to be nice and explain this to him. Of course, the guy has no interest. He doesn't want it explained. He wants attention. And the judge also fibbed a little, which is fine. She said, I sat you in the back so you could learn. No, she didn't. She sat him in the back so that all the other people who weren't being jerks didn't have to wait through his nonsense, and it was the right call.
Right, if this guy's being a fucking moron, he can be a fucking moron in his own fucking time.
To clarify for me, and now just going back on it.
What it is as a judge, it's not like referee court, so like,
With partial.
but I can clarify the things for you. Just by virtue.
Are you the prosecutor?
No, I'm a defense attorney.
I have no use for defense attorney.
But a prosecutor isn't permitted to give legal advice to a defendant. The judge isn't supposed to.
I'm not seeking legal advice.
I was just trying to.
Are you here for probation or everything?
Ma'am?
Are you here for probation?
No, I'm here at court date.
Have you been over to courtroom 1?
Yes, ma'am. Courtroom 1, courtroom
Sent you over here.
and then they sent me here.
Have a seat, sir, and then we'll go ahead and find your paperwork. Sorry for the delay.
No problem, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, he's a guy. Not a threat, man.
All right, Mr. Jones. You had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry is a criminal defense attorney and known him for many years. I admire him as an attorney. After talking to him, do you have any further clarifications? Can we move on with these proceedings or no?
I do have further
Oh,
clarifications.
fuck.
It's just a couple. It should only take 2 or 3 minutes, and then I sign the paper and then pay my fine and leave my freedoms.
You have to understand that I cannot give you any legal advice.
I'm not asking for advice, ma'am.
You are.
I'm not.
You are. Okay. I'm going to resent your case for bench trial, sir.
admitted that I had the right to a fair and meaningful hearing. How is it meaningful if I just have to? I'm here under duress. I'm not here voluntarily.
Oh, fuck off.
How is it that you're under duress?
Because if I didn't come, then people with guns would come to my house, or I would get taken in custody driving down the road.
Theoretically they could, but no, they're not, and nobody thinks they are, including him.
Correct.
I'm here completely under duress.
Okay. That's why you're going to get a bench trial, sir, because I'm not going to answer any questions that require me to give you legal advice.
Ma'am, I'm not seeking advice at all. I have a couple of points of clarification I need cleared up.
You're seeking legal advice.
I'm able to enter a plea.
And
it's not advice. Like I stated before, I'm there.
No, there isn't. Yeah, they've read you your charge. You either plead guilty or by default you get set for trial, and that's what's happening.
Aware of the difference between advice and clarifications.
I don't know if they need. Yes. Have sit tight. I think they need you for a minute. All right, Mr. Jones, go ahead and have a seat so I can finish this other case. Have a seat, Mr. Jones.
Have a seat, loser.
Back to the penalty box. Well, there you have it. Another self-sit, wasting his own and everyone else's time. I like that judge. She was having none of it. She was on to the situation and wasn't going to do anything. It's pointless to continue to talk to him. He's going to sit there and make arguments under the guise of asking for a clarification. They're all stupid. She knows they're going to be stupid. He's going to ask for things that can't happen. So what happens? There's always a default option in the law. The law has been around for a long, long time. We are accustomed to people who are recalcitrant or not participating. Usually something bad happens, like a default judgment or a dismissal or something like that, depending on the party. And in this case, if you're not going to plead, you get set for trial. That's the default scenario, and that's where we are. We didn't even get through the court hearing. He just managed to get put in the penalty box twice. That's it.
Put him in the timer, Mikey.
Follow along with this that I'm aware of. If someone has a follow-up clip, I'll do it. But I'm confident that he either pleads eventually or gets convicted. Here at Law Talk, we like to.
Thank you, Mikey. And with that, we'll bring the afternoon session to a close. Come on back in the evening, which we'll have our frauditors, auditors, soft sits, and Karens. Appreciate you all for coming along the ride with us for that. And of course, then in the overnight, Art Bell with the final portion of the EVPs. So until then, like, share, and subscribe. Get us to that goal of 50,000 views, 1,000 subscribers. The box sends those nice, red, beautiful packages we can send to you. And of course, Google puts us on the algorithms. Like, share, subscribe, be kind on another, and release the crickets as we march along this afternoon and every afternoon here from day one. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tonight.